EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
30 left.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 16-yard line.
47. I still can't.
Prescott now. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at the 22. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A gain of 5. First down, Dallas.
Here we go, 46, 40. Here we go, yeah!
Here's Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 57 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year, and this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To the air again, Prescott. Drops it to Blue, complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Prescott to throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And the Jags force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Hunter, 72 yards. And the Jags use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, the Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To throw is Prescott. Complete. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. The first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Prescott yet again. Now he's going to step up and run. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Under. Hey, 47.
Now Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Prescott to throw on fourth. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. 7-7, our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession, as they've got it as we resume action. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here we go.
Now a handoff to Rodriguez. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the Cowboys' 48-yard line.
Gun. On the red.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Rip, 23. Son.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Red on the red. Hey, tomato. Done. Sink right. Silver.
Now Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Darn, this thing right open. Here we go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Sink right. On red. Hey, Ginger, touch.
Turton is in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
14, Cowboys 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. Return sets him up pretty good here.
30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Complete. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play here for Dallas. And even 50 yards. Prescott from the gun. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Luke Schoonmaker from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And running with power here. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Hey, kill.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts.
A gain of 2.
As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This is 2nd and 8. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Red. Son. Hey, I'm gun. Take right open. No street. Silver.
Lawrence will throw. To the right side and intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Complete with 11 seconds remaining now.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Prescott. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Here we go, 47.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, it's going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Makes the score Cowboys 17. Jaguars 14. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Cowboys take over first and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board.
Picked off by Travis Hunter. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Lisa, 20. Here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
On red. Silver.
On play action, Lawrence. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And the Jaguars are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Hey, kill. Hey.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Hey, go.
Here's a give up the middle. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Bashal Tootin, already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Jaguars have retaken a third-quarter lead. Now for the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Jaguars 21, Cowboys 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Here's third and a few inches. They'll try to run for it with blue. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Back to throw now on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Aubrey now for the PAT. And that one gives them a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Cowboys 24, Jaguars 21. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
This is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys will add to their fourth quarter lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
21. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll run with Allen. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Lisa 24. Son, this is hot.
They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Prescott down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Jaguars 21. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the
So
Cowboys.
after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Hunter. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here.
Go, go.
The Jaguars will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Go, go. Go, street. We got to push it up. We got to push it up. We got to push it up.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Jaguars 29. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Cowboys are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. The Cowboys offense, it'll stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Cowboys will line up.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
For a Jaguars first down.
30 left.
1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ashton Davis. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
The kicker on for the extra point.
So a fourth quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
On the red. 11. Hey.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their... totals. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Ruckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up.
At their own 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run here with Rodriguez. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Lion. Go. Let's, son. 11. Here we go, son.
Now Lawrence to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Think right open. Lisa 24. Hey, tomato. Done.
A final shot now for Lawrence. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. We'll see.